Hello, this is Akshay and welcome to my YouTube channel Biology Brain. And today we're going to discuss all about lymph. Lymph is also called tissue fluid. Lymph को blood का छोटा भाई भी कहा जाता है. So lymph क्या है इसके बारे में स्टडी करेंगे. As like blood flows in the arteries after at the site of tissue. It gone distributed in a small vessels called capillaries. These capillaries has a small radius but has a large diffusion and have pores. So some content of the blood like waters, nutrient and other that can be transported through the pores of the capillaries come outside and fill the space between the tissue. And this tissue fluid is known as lymph. So, what is lymph and its content? So, the content of lymph is called as the plasma minus RBC plus platelets. All the plasma content is same, mineral composition is same as the plasma in their tissue fluid. But the RBCs can't reach the tissue fluid as because the pore size is less than the RBC size. So the platelets also comes with the tissue fluid. And we can say other than it is a tissue fluid is also called as a plasma plus WBC. Plasma plus WBC. WBC can be transported through tissue fluid because the lymphocytes has amoeboidal movements. They can cross the pores of every size to reach the location of infection in the tissue. So this is the amoeboidal movement shown by the lymphocytes of lymph. And the mineral distribution of this tissue fluid is the same as in the plasma. And this tissue fluid exchanges minerals, nutrients and the gases like oxygen to the cells, and hormones are also transported through the tissue fluid to the tissue of every cells. And there is another function of a lymph. As we discussed in last video, blood transports carbohydrates, proteins and vitamins, but the fat is transported by lymph. Fat absorption is by lymph of the lacteals of the intestinal villi. Intestinal villi की lacteals इसके फैट ऑब्जॉर्प्शन करती हैं और इसको फैट एब्जॉर्प्शन के डाइजेशन को आगे पहुंचाती हैं लीवर के पास. फैट एब्जॉर्प्शन होता है लीवर में. सो जैसे कि ब्लड का कुछ पार्ट टिश्यू में आ गया है तो ब्लड वॉल्यूम कम हो गया है जिसके कारण ब्लड प्रेशर चेंज हो सकता है, बट ऐसा होना नहीं चाहिए. सो जो टिश्यू में जो फ्लूइड आया है, टिश्यू फ्लूइड है, उसको वापस ब्लड में ड्रेन करना है. इसके लिए लिम्फ वेसल्स होती हैं. लिम्फ वेसल्स टिश्यूज के इन बिटवीन में होती हैं जो कि कलेक्ट करती हैं इस टिश्यू फ्लूइड को आफ्टर एक्सचेंज ऑफ न्यूट्रिएंट्स एंड द गैसेस. आफ्टर द कलेक्शन दिस लिम्फ vessels drains the blood into major veins like vena cavas and etc. After drainage into the vein, the blood volume is maintained. So all the circulation of tissue fluid or lymph is called as lymphatic circulatory system. It consists of three components. First is lymph itself. Other are lymph vessels and lymph nodes. Lymphs discussed there. Lymph vessels transport the tissue fluid to the major veins, and here we gonna discuss about lymph nodes. What are the lymph nodes and what are their functions? So lymph node. At some places, lymph vessels combine and make a structure called as lymph node. These are nodes at many points of the body, like this. This is the body. This is the body. At many points like neck, armpits, and legs, and the groin in between thighs. This is the groin. These have many functions, lymph nodes. The first function is formation of lymphocytes. Formation of lymphocyte and maturation of lymphocytes occur in these lymph nodes, which are present all over the body, but the main points are there in this diagram. And the second function of these lymph nodes is to destroy bacteria, virus, and other pathogens. These virus, bacteria, and pathogens are destroyed in these lymph nodes by the action of WBC, which is present in the lymph. And as the action performed by them, they gonna swell up. On that basis, they have a diagnosis of disease. The disease diagnosis of baby is confirmed by this. As babies बोल तो सकते नहीं हो, तो डॉक्टर उसको डिजीज को डायग्नोज करने के लिए कि बॉडी में कहीं पर इन्फेक्शन है या नहीं, तो वो आर्म पिट्स को चेक करता है. आर्म पिट्स को चेक करने पर अगर वो स्वेल्ड हैं तो बॉडी में इन्फेक्शन हो सकता है. उसके बाद वो टेस्ट करा के डिजीज को डायग्नोज कर सकते हैं. तो ये इनका मेन फंक्शंस हैं, डिजीज डायग्नोसिस इन द बेबीज. So the spleen. Spleen is the largest lymph node of the body. It is red colored and attached to the lateral side of the stomach, as discussed in the last video all about the blood. It has too many functions. The first function is in embryonic stage. In embryonic stage, its function is RBC production. RBC production. And the second function is phagocytosis of RBCs and pathogens, as this is also a lymph node. This is the function. phagocytosis of RBC. So because of these functions, it is called graveyard of RBC. This is also discussed in the last video of all about the blood. And third function is it is a filtration apparatus. Blood filtration apparatus consists of spleen plus liver plus kidney, whereas RBC filtration apparatus consists of a spleen plus liver. And the fourth and the main function of the spleen is a blood bank of the body. This is also discussed in the last video. It provides blood during emergency of accidents as excessive blood is lost from the body. So the conclusion of this video is that blood का कुछ पोर्शन टिश्यू में जाता है जिसको कि लिम्फ कहते हैं. वो लिम्फ टिश्यू को न्यूट्रिएंट्स एंड द गैसेस एंड द हॉर्मोन्स प्रोवाइड करता है, और ब्लड की वॉल्यूम मेंटेन रखने के लिए ये जो टिश्यू फ्लूइड जो कि लिम्फ है दोबारा से ब्लड में मिक्स हो जाता है इन द वेन्स, सो द ब्लड प्रेशर एंड द ब्लड वॉल्यूम्स इन द बॉडी इज मेंटेन्ड. So there is a special feature of a lymph is that the movement of the lymph is carried out by muscular movements. The circulation of lymph is not performed by the heart. इसका एक एग्जांपल ऐसे ले सकते हैं कि लिम्फ जो कि रात के टाइम अपने फेस में इकट्ठा होता है और सुबह तक वो वहीं पे होता है, ताकि क्योंकि जो मसल मूवमेंट्स है फेस की स्लीपिंग टाइम नहीं हो पाती और हमें अपना फेस थोड़ा सा स्वेल होया लगता है. इसी के कारण क्योंकि लिम्फ है वो मस्कुलर मूवमेंट्स के ऊपर चलता है. सो दिस इज द वीडियो अबाउट द लिम्फ. यू इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट, कमेंट बॉक्स इज ऑल योर्स, एंड चेक आवर लास्ट वीडियो ऑल अबाउट द ब्लड. थैंक्स.